What?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to boys basketball here on the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, and Tim Bartholomew as we get set for tip-off against Immaculata. Gentlemen, after your ridiculous Super Bowl picks just moments ago, how are you doing?
Better after listening to you, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know how you could not feel just more enlightened and educated and informed about what's going to happen before it even happens.
I mean, like I said, I hope you're right. You know, that's what I'd like to happen, you know. But logic goes against it.
I can't believe that I haven't heard anybody say that this week. I've been, like, watching, and I was texting with, you know, a couple of my other buddies who I feel like are kind of informed, and we were going back and forth. And I said, you know, before I want to wait a couple of days before I throw my pick out there because I was just curious to see what everybody else was saying. And was I going to be swayed? Was I missing something? And the more I didn't hear people talk about the Rams, I'm going, oh, I feel more confident about this now.
I mean, the fact that you didn't hear anyone say it tells you something.
No. I don't think that. I think conventional wisdom, like, is infectious.
I mean, it could happen. It could happen. It could definitely, you know, they're a good team in any given Sunday, right?
I suppose. I just, man, it's driving me crazy. Anyway, let's talk boys basketball. Pretty excited for tonight's matchup. Montgomery 14-3 coming into this ball game. A chance to avenge one of those 3 losses on the season. One was here against Gill. One against this Immaculata team. And who am I missing? Who's the third?
Ridge.
And Ridge, obviously. Avenge the Ridge loss. Gonna get another shot against Gill, hopefully in the county final. And tonight here, hopefully to avenge that loss to Immaculata up in Somerville a couple of weeks ago. Guys, this Immaculata team, very, very talented. Jaden Honus is their main threat. That Honus last name is one that should be familiar to everybody out there in Mireland. He had an older brother, BJ, who was also very talented, and Jaden kind of had taken a little bit of a back seat to him through the years. There is no back seat here. He is driving the car just like kind of like Nick Manigault did for Peberg here the other night. If you could stop Honus, I think you can stop this Immaculata team. Let's go there first, and then I'll take you to the next piece of where my brain is. Talk to me about this high-scoring Immaculata team.
Well, this is going to be a really tough test for Montgomery. I think that, you know, we're already hearing some rumors about, you know, who is not available. So you know that going in.
Don't steal my thunder. That's where we're going next.
Well, I was just trying to segue.
There you go.
I was helping you out there. I guess not.
Well, give your analysis first before you segue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll get something out of you first.
No, but I do think that their defense has been carrying them all year, and I think that that's going to be something that's really got to show up tonight. And I do think that if they can get a couple of turnovers and a couple of easy layups, this is one of those confidence kind of building things, and then they're off and running, and I think that, you know, they're okay.
You know, I think it's a different team that played Immaculata in the beginning of the season. Because we didn't have success against the zone, we've learned, I feel like, to play a different type of basketball. So they're going to be more effective inside. And I think that might not be something that Immacula's ready for. You know, I was talking to Coach Grundy earlier, and he said, you know, they're predominantly a man-based team. But for some reason, when they play us, they like to go zone. The tape from the beginning of the year would probably indicate why, but I feel like now that we have been able to be successful against the zone, even though we're not shooting well, that's going to play a big part of today's game.
I agree with you. I think that meaning Montgomery's willingness to not settle for some of those outside shots that I wouldn't even call settling necessarily, but just, you know, maybe you could work closer to the basket, and Montgomery has done that. But, and there's always a but somewhere in everything that we do, and if you go back and watch the season preview show that Matt and I and Coach Grundy did during Coach Grundy's walk around the track, you know, he and I talked about what a grueling season this can be. And tonight, I guess I joked about it previous to tonight that we're firmly entrenched in the dog days of winter. And aside from the fact that hell is freezing over outside because it's 2, that, you have to battle through certain things every year that you just know are coming, but you're not sure when. The injuries and the illness, they come every year. And what do we have tonight? The illness. Chris Rubio, unavailable tonight. It's a waterfall coming out of multiple pieces of places down his body. We don't even need to talk about it.
I'm pretty sure he wanted you to tell
Well,
everybody
listen,
that.
it is what it is, okay? And this is what happens. For everybody out there that has kids, what are you going home to? You're going home to strep throat and a cough because somebody in school had it. Now everybody's got it, all right? Every year it happens. Here we are, in a huge spot for Montgomery. Are they going to be able to overcome the absence of someone who has become, I mean, I don't think it's fair or unfair to say that he has exceeded all of our expectations.
No, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Can Montgomery overcome the loss of that type of player?
I mean, I think so. I think this is an exciting game for somebody on that bench that's going to be able, their number's going to get called, and they're actually going to have a chance to show, all right, now I deserve some more minutes. I deserve a little more run, and if they can come through in this spot, this is going to be huge going into the playoffs for them because that's, one more kind of nod that they can give themselves to actually keep playing.
Rohan has been fantastic this year. He's, I guess we could say he had a slow start if we want to classify it in any kind of way. He's up to averaging almost 11 points a game now. There's a lot of things he does that show up in the scoreboard, but a lot that don't. Just his ability to alter shots, even if he doesn't get hands on them, both on the perimeter and in the paint. I think that has been one of the best pieces of his game. Does the absence of Rubio tonight put more pressure on Rohan to stay out of foul trouble and play 32 minutes, maybe?
I think it does. I mean, like you said, he's had a lot of aspects of his game that have been stellar throughout this whole season. He's been great at scoring for us. Altering shots, blocking shots has been phenomenal. One of the things that, with the absence of Rubio, that he's going to need to do a little bit better than he has done in previous games is be that big man underneath. Pull down those offensive boards, pull down those defensive boards. I feel like in the last couple of games, Rubio has really stepped up his game in that aspect. He crashes the boards really well. He got some pivotal rebounds in the last couple of games that helped us to win. So the pressure on Rohan in those games wasn't as much there because he had another big guy there. Now without that presence, he's got to kind of pick up the slack that's not going to be there. So it does put a little bit of pressure on him.
Timmy alluded to something, Matt, that I guess I kind of want to get your thoughts on, because I always lean on you when it comes to defense and everything like that. Rebounding really has been the one area where the team has struggled a bit. Yep. Now you remove one of the major pieces inside. When we think about, a team rebounding or attempting to improve its rebounding, what are the factors, the main factors that you feel like are the influencers to that being, accomplishable, I guess is what I'm getting at?
Well, I think that Rohan's going to have to hang out in the paint a little bit more than usual, and I do think that as much as that's going to be an incentive for him to just be in better position, it's also going to take away a little bit of his transition offense. Because if he needs to stay back and be waiting for some of those boards that they need to get running, he's not going to be able to run the floor and get some of those quick alley-oops or layups that he's used to getting. So I do think it might change his mentality a little bit. So it's going to be good on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, I wonder what it's going to do to him.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I might be willing to trade off pieces of that, though, if it means that we're a little bit more effective rebounding, and then maybe it's not him that is maybe the recipient of running out. Maybe he stays at home a little bit more and utilizes his ability to put the ball on the floor, and then maybe it's a Fromelt or an Eliconi who's able to run out and score the basketball, as opposed to they being the ones who handle and then dish to him.
And he also could be one of the trailers that's going to come up and just kind of receive that quick drop-off of, all right, we were running, we didn't really have anything at the basket. He's kind of trailing up the court slowly. He's standing there wide open top of the key. He likes that shot, so that could be a good thing too.
I'm still waiting and to transition away from Rohan for a second. I believe it's coming because I've seen it in the past, and I've also watched him play, sports other than basketball. Kyle Howard is too athletic to be he's been just kind of laying in the weeds is the way that I would describe him to this point. I'm just waiting for that game where it's all of a sudden, it's like, wait, he had how many? 21? Like, I feel that in him, but the thing that's holding him back has been his confidence, it seems, in his outside shot, that he's never been able to really get that consistency that maybe he had in the past. Am I the only one seeing that, or is it, I don't know. That's just been my perception, and maybe I'm wrong.
No, he's been described as the Draymond Green before, and I think that we've seen a lot more of the other aspects of his game that haven't necessarily been offensive. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think a game like this might actually give him a little more confidence because he plays some really solid defense, and he's the one that's initiating some breaks. That might actually just transition right into, all right, yeah, my shot's falling today. I feel a little better about this.
Yeah, and I think like we were saying with Rohan playing maybe a little bit of a different role, he's always been, I watch Kyle play, and I always think he's kind of like that gritty player. He's got his hands in a little bit of everything, and he's not one-dimensional. There's not one thing that I'm looking from him, like, oh, he needs to be my point scorer, he needs to be my defender, or he needs to, be a visionary and pass the ball. He's always has all those different aspects, and he's good at each of those things. So now with Rohan maybe not underneath or not out taking those shots, it's going to give him some more opportunities that he normally wouldn't get, and then it could have a chance for him to have that game.
Today was another day that I failed at life, and I had every intention of getting Riley down to my office to do a little pregame interview because we haven't had the chance to get him on yet, and I will do that before this season is out. Because I'm just interested in his take and kind of perspective on where things have gone so far this year. But all that said, Riley has been a guy that I've just enjoyed watching play. I was going to say this year. That was going to be the first thing out of my mouth, but it's not even been this year. And the most impressive parts to me are the stuff that we've talked about where, his inside game has developed in a way that I really never thought it would because – let's face it, when you're 15 and 16 and 17 years old, what's the easier thing to do? It's let me just really, really get good at the thing I'm already kind of good at. And for him, that's shooting from the outside, which is a piece of his game which has not trailed off. But he kind of identified a place where, he just never really wanted to go. He was always looking for that outside shot and never wanting to get inside. And now I feel like that table has completely flipped to where he is much preferring to try to get to the basket because of all of the success that he's had. And I don't think I would ever say this. I feel like he's had more success getting to the basket than he's had from the outside.
We've almost been begging him to shoot threes this year. We're looking like, oh, is that the pump fake? Is he going to do it? But then he ends up getting to the rim and shooting a floater or taking the hard layup, and you say, all right, that's better. I think that the threat is still there, but the fact that he's willing to do that all the time. He is never afraid to do that. Going amongst the trees in the paint is kind of scary at times for some players, but he is fearless. And if he can do that, that gives a lot of other guys confidence to just say that, all right, why am I not driving to the hoop? Why am I not actually making that harder cut? If he can do it, I should be able to do it.
Yeah, and it happened out of necessity. We weren't hitting those shots. And he was forced to be that guy to drive to the lane and take those inside shots. And I think, the more that he did it, the more confidence he built. And he said, I don't have to take these three-point shots all the time. Now, that being said, I would like to see him have one of those games that I've seen in the past where he can hit those shots.
How many times have we seen him? You said it, and it's just like conjuring up these images. How many times have we seen him go to the hoop where he is the far inferior player from a physical standpoint, and he rises just physically above the player he is going against, and either lays it in and one or gets hit, but the foul isn't called and he ends up on the deck, but he ends up making that layup. For a guy that is going to probably develop more as he goes through his college career, just the physicality that he plays with in the paint it's impressive.
He's the guy that you can't underestimate. He's the guy that walks into the gym, and if you make the mistake of going, all right, I got him, don't worry, he'll make a move, he'll blow by you, and then you think you got him, and no, he's already at the hoop.
It's a fearless thing, and I bring it up, and I know that at times we sound like broken records here, but you know, I think it's a trap we fall into when we watch things on television, right? Because you watch hockey on TV, like the NHL, and you're like, okay, like if you're a hockey guy, you love hockey. If you're not a hockey guy, like me, I'm like, man, okay, like hockey, great, okay.
All right.
Yeah. You go to an NHL game, and you're like, that monster is 6'9" and he's skating 1,000 miles an hour. Okay, like holy crap. Now you watch this on the Meijer, you know, on camera, and you go, okay, like everybody looks relatively the same, and everybody's moving, so it's hard necessarily to say. I'm not sitting here to tell you that Riley is small, because Riley's taller than me. He's probably 6 foot or 6 foot and some change. Okay, Riley's 6 foot and some change and probably $160. Okay, the confidence and fearlessness that it takes to go into the paint against a Trey Patterson, against these guys who are just literally more than twice your physical build, or on the defensive end, which is what Montgomery prides itself on, to stand in front of the freight train and let it run you over. It's a thing that Montgomery has never lacked, and I don't know how you inherently instill it in these guys, but it's it's one of the things that I think makes this coaching staff some of the best around.
You can get your players to do that and do those, you know, things that are in the dirty areas, that are not as glamorous, that are not as much fun, taking charges, going to the hoop, fighting to get a rebound, going down and ones. If you can get them to do that, you're going to have a program that everybody hates to face. Because if you're shooting well and you're doing those things, I don't know how you stop them. What are you to do?
Do you think, and we'll end with this because I know, Matt, you got to get this thing set up. Timmy, do you think that the absence of Rubio and maybe the pressure for a Fromelt and a Prakash to play most of the 32 minutes, does that change Montgomery's attitude about wanting to get out and run at all? Do they maybe play at times a little slower because they want to give those guys natural breaks?
I don't think so. You have to stick with what is working, and so if they can be successful and slow the pace down, they'll do that. But we've seen in the past, you know, if they get a fast-paced offense going and it's working, they're going to do that. You know, you have to go whatever the game dictates you do. That's what you have to do, and it's unfortunate that, you know, maybe there's somebody's missing and they're going to have to run the floor a little bit longer, but they'll make do. And if they have guys on the bench that can come in and step up if need be.
We are about 5.5 minutes away from tip-off here in Montgomery. The Cougars host Immaculata. It's 14-3 Montgomery against the 11-4 Spartans. We're going to take a break so Pope can get us technologically where we need to be. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the national anthem, all before boys basketball. Just a couple of minutes. Stay with us. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Want to turn yourself into a dominant basketball player? Then look no further than Montgomery head coach Chris Grundy and the Grundy Hoops Academy. Every 1-hour session will improve confidence, communication, and develop winning basketball players. Contact Coach Grundy at grundyk2@gmail.com. That's GRUNDYK, the number 2 at gmail.com, and schedule your lesson today.
Pequod Communications are a professional provider of business solutions who specialize in facilitating corporate communications. They possess the necessary palette of skills, services, and technology to do so dynamically and with tangible, measurable results. That is to say, efficiency, cost savings, growth, and much more. Contact Pequod Communications at 609-951-0300, extension 125. Since 1992, Roundview Capital's goal is to be your family CFO and to provide you with the peace of mind that comes from knowing that all your financial affairs are well attended. To this end, we approach all relationships with a comprehensive and integrated framework to provide clarity and insight into the myriad and complex questions involved in managing your wealth. Contact us at 609-688-9500. Chuck Prescott at Rubin, Ehrlich & Buckley PC provides a wide range of legal services to clients from across the United States, ranging from large national financial institutions in complex multi-state financial transactions, to regional claims counsel for a national title insurance company, to local real estate developers in the acquisition and development of commercial property, to individuals buying and selling a home. All of this results in the availability of their firm to satisfy your legal needs. Contact them at lawreb.com, that's LAWREB.com, or by phone at 609-637-9500. At Montgomery Orthodontics, we're committed to providing excellent orthodontic treatment and first-class service for our patients, their families, and our referring doctors. We're committed to being the community leader in quality orthodontic care. We treat children, adolescents, and adults, and we feel everyone deserves the benefits of a beautiful smile. Contact us at montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611. That's montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611.
Princeton Orthopedic Associates have 5 locations in the greater Mercer County area and are fully equipped with digital x-ray technology, physical therapy, and MRI tech to fully diagnose and treat the entire spectrum of musculoskeletal disorders. With a total of 25 physicians spanning multiple specialties, they are one of the largest orthopedic groups in the state. Go to PrincetonOrthopedic.com or simply Google Princeton Orthopedics and get on the road to feeling well immediately.
In today's highly competitive business environment, it's no longer acceptable to leave outcomes to chance or make gut decisions. Business strategy and investment decisions must be made in the most detailed and rigorous analysis available. This is what Resonant Analytics provides: deep, sophisticated analysis of your business opportunities from the data up. We specialize in developing key business and marketing strategies based on your objectives and a detailed analysis of your underlying data. We mine deeper into your business, product, and consumer data to unearth insights that form the basis of your business and marketing strategy. The Resonant Analytics approach takes the guesswork out of the process and gets your organization from data to decision. Contact us at resonantanalytics.com or by phone at 609-759-6800. Midori Sushi, located at 1225 Route 206 in Princeton, offers a wide array of authentic Japanese dishes. Try our food and service today. Come in for a Japanese lunch special or during evenings for a delicious Japanese dinner. You can also online order your favorite Japanese food for takeout or catering. Our goal at Midori Japanese Restaurant is to provide an unforgettable dining experience for all our patrons. Midori Sushi, located at 1225 Route 206 in Princeton. Call them at 609-454-3998.
Welcome back to the Mire. Keith Block, Matt Pogue, and Tim Bartholomew with you here in Montgomery. Let's bring you tonight's starting lineups first for the 11-4 Spartans of Immaculata. They are coming off a 15-point win against Somerville on the 26th. They were snowed out the other day, as pretty much everybody was, so they have had a bit of a break. TJ Schneider will play guard. He's one of two seniors in the starting lineup, along with Dan Johnson. And then they will start James Cummins, Jordan Myers, and the focal point of their, well, I was going to say offense, but probably team, Jaden Honus. He averages 19.6 points per game, and he will be the man that Montgomery needs to get a handle on. For the Cougs, it is the usual starting five that has been coming at you every game so far. The Cougars are 14-3, coached by Chris Grundy. Kyle Howard, he is the Draymond Green of the starting five. Joe Ellicone being announced right now, one of the more underrated offensive players in Somerset County. Riley Green will run the point for Montgomery. Rohan Prakash, 6'7", headed to Johns Hopkins, will start inside. And the team's best player and its leading scorer, Kevin Vermelt, at 13.2 points per game, rounds out the starting five. Boys, pretty big game here this evening. How do we see this one playing out?
We get it. You know, Montgomery's got to play like we did in the last couple of games, and I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to get that win and a little redemption from the beginning of the season.
I think if you hold Immaculata to under 50 and you score, 55, I think you're in good shape.
So, I'm feeling some pressure. I was trying to figure out how to say that. Feeling a little bit of pressure here tonight without Christopher Bayo. He is out with an illness here tonight. I can't compliment that young man enough and how impressed I have been with him so far this season. He has been a breath of fresh air, and when we talked about him being the first guy off the bench, I wasn't quite sure what the team was going to get from him this year, and he has been everything and more that I feel like they could have wanted or needed, and they'll be without him tonight. Montgomery will go left to right here on the Mire in the home whites, green numbers outlining gold. Immaculata wears the road blues with some Carolina blue splashed on the front of those jerseys, and they wear white numbers. They'll go right to left on the Mire. Jordan Myers will jump it up against Rohan Prakash, and here we go for boys basketball from the Cougar Den, and Rohan wins the tip, but Honus will cut in front of Vermelt, and Immaculata starts with the basketball. Here's a little dribble drive into the middle, and Prakash blocks the first shot of the game, and Immaculata has an offensive rebound. A foul line jumper is up and good from Dan Johnson, and just like that, guys, what we talked about is the Achilles heel for the team rears its ugly head in the first possession.
Yeah, played some good defense to get that block, but then wasn't able to get the rebound.
Vermelt and Riley now inside for Howard. Ellicone's going to try a three right off the jump, and he knocks it down. Cougs have the lead 3-2.
That's an important series right there to come right back down and score right away, just to make sure that they know that we're in this the whole time.
Big Somerset County matchup here in the Den as Jaden Honus will go around his back. And now a elbow jumper is contested by Prakash, and no good off of the hands of Cummins. And here comes Montgomery.
Just enough to alter a shot, make it get off the mark.
Green, ball fake. He throws to Prakash on the short corner, and Rohan says, you know what, we could probably do better than this. That's one where you're going to need Vermelt, I'll tell you, as the game goes, to rip and go by. They throw back to Prakash. Little touch pass into the middle for Howard, and he lays it in. Kyle Howard, as if he was listening to the pregame show, puts Montgomery up 5-2.
There's your boy.
Waiting for him to go off. And Howard, as we might expect, draws the assignment at times on Honus. A floater is no good, and Immaculata has the rebound, but it's going to be thrown away by Dan Johnson.
Just got to work hard under those boards, make sure that we're getting into the right position, boxing out, getting some boards that we don't normally get this game.
$1:45 gone by here in Montgomery. Cougs 5 and Immaculata 2. Montgomery will play offense. Vermelt into the middle, and they're going to get Green on a travel. I got to tell you, that's one of those that, like, the more we watch high school basketball, it's like that call doesn't get made anywhere but high school basketball, you know?
Yeah.
And I hate it. It's like, just don't do it. Don't call that. No one wants that call made.
Well, you don't want it to be as loose as the pros where you can take 7
No,
steps.
but I like now, and that's a foul. Now, nobody's going to complain about that one except for Eliconi there. But nobody on any level wants that call to walk.
No.
They just don't. It's not like he took 3 steps to the basket.
Nope, no. And it was inconsequential.
It's like, does the back foot, does the toe get off the court by like 0.01 centimeters? A drive and a dish inside, and it's going to be off the hands of Vermelt. Good job by Kevin to rotate back.
It's funny.
Oh, sorry, Timmy.
No, I'm saying it's funny. They get those ones where you have to look super close, and then other ones that seem obvious.
Little confusion in the middle, switching off there. Vermelt did a good job initially, but then came off of Cummins, and he ended up getting lost. Green's going to fire away from the long range, and Riley knocks it down. Timmy, you're getting your wish.
Yeah, here we go.
Looks like we both are. It's 8-4, and a steal. Riley's going to come the other way. If only he could dunk the basketball. Instead, he'll lay it in with the left hand. 10-4 Cougs, and here comes some defensive pressure.
I like it. I like it. Getting into that fast pace that you were talking about earlier. They're not shying away from it.
We've talked about Riley being almost better from range, and a jump ball. Great job by Montgomery, and losing the tip ended up in their favor here as they get the first held ball possession.
And that's just another example of Howard being like that gritty player that I'm talking about. He's got his hands everywhere. He's just was able to get that jump ball. Great play by him.
The veteran team in Montgomery playing well here in the first 3 minutes as a lob inside for Rohan. He lays it in. Timeout coming from Immaculata. You can't start any hotter than this.
Great hoop.
Montgomery 12 and Immaculata 4. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. And I've told this story before, but because of the hot start here, it bears retelling. My first year at Montgomery, everybody's fired up. Opening night here in the Den. Immaculata comes to town, and a little guy named Theo Riddick shows up and says, not so fast. And I didn't know what to expect. I look up, it's 23-0 Immaculata. Tables have turned in the 12 years that I have been here at Montgomery, and 3 minutes into this one, Montgomery has jumped on top of a very talented Immaculata team, 12-4.
Yeah, well now Theo's just running in touchdowns instead of scoring baskets, but
is that all?
I think he did all right for himself.
I would say so. Immaculata will come over the midcourt line and play some offense here. Way outside the three-point line, and a long three-pointer is short and tipped back into the hands of Immaculata. Rohan skying, fighting for the basketball. Riley's going to come up with it, and Riley just couldn't hang on to it.
Opportunities to get those rebounds and just getting a little bit muscled by Cummins and not able to come down with it.
TJ Schneider is the outside shooter on this team. Montgomery is very aware of his range. It is Green-esque, if you will, as a drive, and Honus has his shot blocked, but it's unfortunately right into the hands of Johnson, so they'll get another crack at it.
It looked like Riley was the one that got a piece of it.
Ball's on the ground, and what's going to happen here? And they're going to say a foul on Immaculata. Oh, no, they're going to say it's on the baseline out of bounds. I thought the whistle got blown well before the ball was out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely.
That was odd.
We'll take it.
Midway through quarter number 1, Montgomery 12, Immaculata 4, as Kevin Vermelt will come over the midcourt line. Tipped up in the air, and Howard's got it back. Inside for Rohan. A ball fake. Rohan, and they're going to say no, and a travel.
Good idea. He had a good idea, just wasn't able to execute.
Honus driving and kicking. A ball fake. And now Myers. He's inside, and he nearly travels with it. No call, and he'll end up with a tough layup.
Yeah, he's a big guy, so we're gonna probably see a little bit more of that this game.
12-6 now, 3:30 to go first quarter. Is from Melt, driving and kicking. Riley into the lane, a scoop shot underneath, no good. Rohan's got the rebound. They'll move it around the outside. Vermelt's going to fire away from three short, and Rohan got pushed, and that's a great call by the official there because Rohan was going to come down with that and essentially got shoved.
Yeah, heads up basketball to even be able to locate his offensive teammate and get it out there.
Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew with you in the mire. First team foul on Immaculata. Riley will gather the inbound pass. And he goes to the baseline. Leaves it into the middle. Prakash, an easy lay-in. The vision from Riley Green has Montgomery up 14-6. Jaden Honus breaking some ankles there, and can they save it? Dan Johnson can. It's on the ground. Can Riley have it now? And now they're going to say that Riley's out of bounds. Cougar Den not exactly enthralled with that call.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get a timeout before he rolled out of bounds.
Now you get to see, this is one of my favorite parts of the game.
Oh, always.
Will Maripodi, we never know how much burn Maripodi's going to get, but you know that he's going to empty the tank while he's in there. Howard all over the back of TJ Schneider knocking that out of bounds. So if you can, keep your eye on 4 in white.
And let's just see how frustrated he makes Honus, because that's what he does. That's his game.
That is his game.
He's going to be on him like glue.
2:52 to go first quarter. A quick catch and shoot from Schneider, no good. Myers tries to go over the back of Prakash, can't. Vermelt will come the other way. Riley to the corner for Howard, extra for Kevin. Back out for Kyle. He's going to try a three. A looper, no good. And that just missed. And now they're going to get a try. And you know what? As much as I hate that call, because I still hate it, even though it went against Immaculata, at least it's consistent both ends, and that's really what you ask for. 2:30 to go here in the first. 14-6, Montgomery up on Immaculata. Ryan Curry will check into the ball game for the first time, the talented freshman point guard. You hear chants for Curry in the background.
Starting to slow the pace down a little bit, because that's what the game is dictating.
Montgomery will now work against Immaculata, who has stuck into a man-to-man defense, and this is where Montgomery really excels. As Riley will go for Will. Maripodi leaves it to the middle. Some bad spacing, but Vermelt is there to scoop it up. Up and under from Kevin, and he'll lay it in off the window.
Kyle Howard was in on that play to be able to get Vermelt the ball.
Maripodi, here comes the double team on Honus. And they're going to get it on. Who are they going to get it on? They're going to get it on Maripodi? They are. Honus elbowed him in the face.
Yeah, I thought
Howard thought the foul was going against Honus. So did I, to be brutally honest with you.
I thought we were watching a little NBA Jam for a second, the way he was throwing those elbows around.
And Maripodi, no worse for the wear. Hey, listen, if you don't like Will Maripodi, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry,
no.
There just is.
Game in, every game.
He is what I try to get my nephew to be, and I know my nephew's listening. That's why I'm saying this right now. Brendan, watch 4 in white, okay? Because I don't care how small he is, as Immaculata chucks up a 3, and that's an air ball, and they're going to get a foul underneath. I don't care how small or out-heighted, if that's a term, Maripodi is. He's never going to get out-hustled, and no one's ever going to care. Is he? I got to look a little closer. It almost looks like his eye is swelling up already on the right side. Take a look at that if somebody else can, if you get near this.
He's got a little red mark underneath.
Great look inside by Immaculata. It ends with a Jordan Myers layup. The lead is back to 8 for Montgomery, 16-8, 1:20 to go first quarter. Riley tries it up and under, no good. Blocked. Here comes Immaculata. A pump fake and a blocked three-pointer by Prakash. It's on the floor, and who comes out with it but Maripodi? He crosses over Honus. He looks for Curry, and now Montgomery into the middle for Vermelt, and a lot of body contact, no call, but a block. So here comes Immaculata. Riley's got it now. He'll come the other way. He takes it right out of the hands of Immaculata. We're trailing for Melt, and he is fouled. He lays it in and one.
Wow, that was some awesome basketball. There's that little 3-minute transition right there. Minute transition, amazing basketball.
Maripodi, Green, Fromelt. If you asked why there are 6 captains on this team and you wondered why, look no further than that sequence right there.
Dude, that crossover by Maripodi on Jonas, that was or Honus, that was amazing. I love it. Love seeing things like that.
Fromelt to the line to cap the 3-point play. And he does with 48 seconds to go here in the first. It's an 11-point lead for the Cougs, 19-8. Maripodi. They go to the corner, and Rohan made Johnson think twice about that. Maripodi just with no room out there. And another altered 3, another air ball. That's what Rohan does. And the ball's out of bounds off of Immaculata with 25.3.
I mean, it's just amazing. You watch anybody that Maripodi is covering, and their look of frustration on their face after just a minute of him covering. This is great. It's amazing.
So Montgomery is going to go into the locker room here with an 11-point lead at worst, I think, here, as they're going to look for the last shot. 15 seconds to go, and now they're going to start to initiate. 12 seconds. Riley. And now for Melt inside Elicone. He's got a wide-open elbow jumper. It's no good, and the rebound of Immaculata. They can maybe eat into this. Honus, he's going to come over midcourt with 2, with 1. He's going to get up a contested 3, and that's no good. And that'll do it for the first 8 minutes here in the Den. It could not have gone any better for Montgomery. Cougs 19 and Immaculata 8. We'll be back right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Want to turn yourself into a dominant basketball player? Then look no further than Montgomery head coach Chris Grundy and the Grundy Hoops Academy. Every 1-hour session will improve confidence, communication, and develop winning basketball players. Contact Coach Grundy at grundyk2@gmail.com. That's GRUNDYK, the number 2 at gmail.com, and schedule your lesson today.
Pequod Communications are a professional provider of business solutions who specialize in facilitating corporate communications. They possess the necessary palette of skills, services, and technology to do so dynamically and with tangible, measurable results. That is to say, efficiency, cost savings, growth, and much more. Contact Pequod Communications at 609-951-0300, extension 125.
Welcome back here to the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, and Tim Bartholomew with you from Montgomery. And a pretty wild and entertaining first 8 minutes here that has Immaculata trailing Montgomery 19-8. And Kevin Fromelt, Riley Green really kind of putting a flair, dramatic last minute together.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like defense was the story of that half. I mean, we did score a lot of points, but they were all off of transition baskets, good steals, breakaways. It was really fast-paced, but defensively solid.
Just one bucket for Honus, if I am correct in
did he score?
Saying that. A great drive and dish, and a contested layup is up and good from Jordan Myers, despite the fact that 2 Cougs got a hand on it.
Yeah, he's a strong boy.
Now maybe Immaculata showed its hand there. That's that's what good teams do. They come out of a break noticing something and maybe taking advantage, as Green will throw inside for Maripodi, and Johnson kind of baited Riley into that. And Riley's going to get another hand on the basketball, and they're going to say that is out of bounds off of the Cougar senior.
A lot of hustle tonight. They're coming out firing.
Maybe Riley will fire away from 3 next time there rather than try to look for that extra pass inside. As Honus will throw up a runner from the foul line and knock it down. Look, if that's what you're going to give him and that's what he's going to knock down, I mean,
he's their leading scorer. He's going to score points.
Yes. Green, Elicone, and now Curry. He's going to fire away from 3. Yes! The freshman is fired up. It's 22-12.
Yeah, buddy.
Get a foul on Maripodi on the outside. Second on Will. Fourth team foul for Montgomery. 6:56 to go in the first half.
Will getting really some solid minutes this game.
Well, what it's doing is allowing Fromelt to catch his breath. I mean, that's just what you want.
Absolutely. Well,
And a travel.
And he's playing well, you know, so you're not going to take him out if he's doing everything that he's supposed to.
Another empty trip for Immaculata. If Montgomery can force one more of those, I would expect Fromelt not to remain on the bench for very much longer. It's a 10-point lead for Montgomery, 22-12, as Eliconi will turn and face. And Montgomery just being a little more careless with these long passes early in the second quarter. They were able to avoid that in the first.
Ooh.
They're trying to draw a foul, couldn't, and instead it's going to end up with Jordan Myers inside. And that's going to get Kyle Howard back up off the bench, and Fromelt. So I was right either direction. Prakash is wide open, so he'll fire away from three. That's in and out. Eliconi tries to tip it back outside, but Curry had already retreated.
Yeah. He's got to follow his shot, too. Rohan retreated a little bit, too.
A great pass by Honus across the lane to Dan Johnson, who lays it in. It's a 6-point lead now for Montgomery. Down from 12, so a good job by Immaculata in the first 2 minutes with the Cougar Stars on the bench. Prakash. Back out for Riley. And Rohan from the elbow. No good, in and out, and the rebound will go to Crail and Immaculata as they come the other way. And we're going to get a turnover. Jaden Honus was on the baseline on that drive. Huge minutes for Maripodi and Eliconi as they get congratulated by their teammates. 5:25 to go, first half. Montgomery with a 6-point lead. Immaculata throwing a trap at Montgomery, and Fromelt and Green able to work out of it. Riley, a stutter step, and a scoop shot layup is good from Riley Green.
Just doing what he does. You know, the threes weren't open, and he was able to drive in and get an easy two.
You're seeing the leg strength of Riley Green as he's been able to elevate better than I think he has almost ever in his career. Great job by Prakash on the defensive end, and a contested three-pointer is good from TJ Schneider. Can't really play it very much better than that.
No, it was just one of those ones that, you know, everything went the right way for Immaculata.
The lead is down to 5. Green. And now Fromelt. It seems like teams are so conscious of Fromelt early in games as his shot is blocked and it's knocked around but back into the hands of Howard, that Kevin has quiet first halves because teams want to shut him down if they can. And then when everybody else steps up, Kevin just steps back to the plate in the third quarter and says, no problem, I got you. Green from distance again. Yes! Riley playing a huge first half. His second three, and the lead is back to 8.
Yeah, he's feeling it tonight, man. 2 nice, easy threes for him.
Honus to the baseline. And is blocked. And the ball is on the floor. Green reaching out to strip it from behind. And a timeout from Coach Grundy to save a possession. And I would say let's take it with them, but let's not, because I'm excited. It's 27-19 Montgomery as we set the table for you here from the Cougar Den. 3:39 to play in the second quarter, and no surprise that it was Riley Green with the basketball in his hands there, as this, in my opinion, Tim, the best first half we have seen from him all season long.
Oh, I've been waiting for this game all season. He's definitely has this potential. He's been shooting well, driving well, and more importantly, he's been playing phenomenal defense. Steals, blocks, he's been doing everything.
You talk about, or you hear his teammates talk about him and say that he just wants to play all day. He's a gym rat, he's this, he's that. And a lot of the times you reserve those kinds of compliments for somebody with a little less talent because they come off as more of an effort player. Not so for Riley Green. He's one of those ultra-talented guys who also wants to play all day. Howard thought about firing away as Montgomery will play offense here, up by 8. You see Curry's minutes kind of increasing more and more as the season goes on by design, and I think it's going to pay dividends as the season wears on.
Yeah, he's a solid player, and he plays his roles well.
I would have loved a heat check 3 there from way downtown. But at the end of the day, Riley knew that they could do better than that.
Yeah, there's no urgency to take some, risky shots.
A very wide 2-3 zone as from Melt will go to the foul line. He throws up a floater, no good, despite some contact. And now Immaculata driving, and a floater is no good, and the long rebound is tracked down by Howard. Here come the Cougs.
Good job by Curry to get his hand on the ball to get us that rebound.
Green is going to fire away again. Yes! Riley's on fire. It's 30-19 Cougs. Timeout coming from Lotta.
Has any one of his shots hit the rim yet?
This time we will take it with him. 2:25 to go first half. Montgomery 30 and Immaculata 19. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
At Montgomery Orthodontics, we're committed to providing excellent orthodontic treatment and first-class service for our patients, their families, and our referring doctors. We're committed to being the community leader in quality orthodontic care. We treat children, adolescents, and adults, and we feel everyone deserves the benefits of a beautiful smile. Contact us at montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611. That's montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611.
Welcome back here to the Mire. Keith Glock, Tim Bartholomew, Matt Pogue at the controls. Montgomery up by 11 on Immaculata, 30-19. As we approach the 2-minute mark of the first half, it's been the Riley Green Show here today. As Immaculata will play inside out. And now they go back to Myers on the block. He has been effective so far, but this time, and they're going to say Prakash on a foul. I was just getting ready to say this time Prakash was up to the task.
I don't mind that foul. Prakash is playing aggressive, and he has to because that's how Immaculata is scoring points.
Whatever Myers gives up in height, he makes up for in girth and certainly strength, as he is able to kind of move Rohan a little bit more than Rohan's used to being able to be moved. Regardless, it's a missed first free throw and an empty trip ultimately for the Spartans. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key. Put him on the line.
Yeah. It's way more difficult to score than that, than being inside.
Fromelt crossing over and throws for Rohan inside, and a layup, no good somehow. Kyle Howard fighting for the rebound and couldn't have it. That was one you were maybe hoping Rohan would dunk. Howard, though, great job by Green to save it again for Curry. Here comes Ryan. He'll come the other way for Riley. Oh, wanted him to fire away, didn't we? And this time Green throws it away. Fromelt. Great defense by Kevin, and instead they're going to call a foul and 1.
I could see that. That was a really good concentration to be able to still make that basket.
So that was a 4-point swing with potentially a 5th on the way from Schneider. And the free throw is good. They call it, I was trying to listen to what the officials were calling. They were calling a delay of game warning on Dan Johnson from Immaculata. You don't see that very often. I understand why they did it, but I don't really know that's something you want to get involved in this game. Montgomery by 8, 30-22. Minute 15 to go in the first half as Kevin Fromelt on his right hand. Leaves for Howard. Now a 3 from Rohan. That's no good. And the long rebound will go to Lotta. Honus, and one. They get Rohan from behind. Rohan can't believe it. It was the trail official coming up from behind him.
Now Rohan comes out. Elikoni back in.
In 2 possessions, Immaculata is going to potentially cut 6 points off this lead. The Cougar guards are retreating off of the long-range shots as Honus does knock down the free throw. I don't know that that is something that is sustainable. I think you need to, I think if either time that it was so noticeable, they stayed and played rather than dropped into the hole, I think it might have been a long rebound from Montgomery.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
From Melt for 3. Yes! That's a huge bucket, Tim.
Yeah, way to get our momentum back and kind of stop Immaculatas.
And then he's able to get back and play D. 33-25. Here's to the post, Elikoni. Myers. No good. Elikoni gets a hand on it, and it's back into the hands of Schneider. Honus now from 3. No good. Back iron. Riley with a great job using his body to box out Johnson with 20 seconds to go, and Montgomery will slow it down up by 8 here. Final shot upcoming as we hit the 12-second mark now. From out. Now with 8. Green with 6. Riley. And we'll get a foul on the outside on MJ Crail. And that's a good foul by Immaculata because that's just the 3rd team foul. They get Curry out and Prakash back in with 4.6 seconds to go for potentially some offense. Howard will inbound it. 4.6 to go here, first half. Oh, he's open in the corner. Riley's wide open. They lose him for 3. Yes! At the buzzer! Coach Grundy's already on the way to the locker room. You cannot play a better first 16 minutes than Riley Green has played here in Montgomery. Montgomery 36 and Immaculata 25. We're at halftime. We'll be back. Statistics and analysis coming up right after this. Caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Want to turn yourself into a dominant basketball player? Then look no further than Montgomery head coach Chris Grundy and the Grundy Hoops Academy. Every 1-hour session will improve confidence, communication, and develop winning basketball players. Contact Coach Grundy at grundyk2@gmail.com. That's GRUNDYK, the number 2 at gmail.com, and schedule your lesson today.
Pequod Communications are a professional provider of business solutions who specialize in facilitating corporate communications. They possess the necessary palette of skills, services, and technology to do so dynamically and with tangible, measurable results. That is to say, efficiency, cost savings, growth, and much more. Contact Pequod Communications at 609-951-0300, extension 125. Since 1992, Roundview Capital's goal is to be your family CFO and to provide you with the peace of mind that comes from knowing that all your financial affairs are well attended. To this end, we approach all relationships with a comprehensive and integrated framework to provide clarity and insight into the myriad and complex questions involved in managing your wealth. Contact us at 609-688-9500. Chuck Prescott at Rubin, Ehrlich & Buckley PC provides a wide range of legal services to clients from across the United States, ranging from large national financial institutions in complex multi-state financial transactions, to regional claims counsel for a national title insurance company, to local real estate developers in the acquisition and development of commercial property, to individuals buying and selling a home. All of this results in the availability of their firm to satisfy your legal needs. Contact them at lawreb.com, that's LAWREB.com, or by phone at 609-637-9500. At Montgomery Orthodontics, we're committed to providing excellent orthodontic treatment and first-class service for our patients, their families, and our referring doctors. We're committed to being the community leader in quality orthodontic care. We treat children, adolescents, and adults, and we feel everyone deserves the benefits of a beautiful smile. Contact us at montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611. That's montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611. Princeton Orthopedic Associates have 5 locations in the greater Mercer County area and are fully equipped with digital x-ray technology, physical therapy, and MRI tech to fully diagnose and treat the entire spectrum of musculoskeletal disorders. With a total of 25 physicians spanning multiple specialties, they are one of the largest orthopedic groups in the state. Go to PrincetonOrthopedic.com or simply Google Princeton Orthopedics and get on the road to feeling well immediately. In today's highly competitive business environment, it's no longer acceptable to leave outcomes to chance or make gut decisions. Business strategy and investment decisions must be made in the most detailed and rigorous analysis available. This is what Resonant Analytics provides: deep, sophisticated analysis of your business opportunities from the data up. We specialize in developing key business and marketing strategies based on your objectives and a detailed analysis of your underlying data. We mine deeper into your business, product, and consumer data to unearth insights that form the basis of your business and marketing strategy. The Resonant Analytics approach takes the guesswork out of the process and gets your organization from data to decision. Contact us at resonantanalytics.com or by phone at 609-759-6800. Midori Sushi, located at 1225 Route 206 in Princeton, offers a wide array of authentic Japanese dishes. Try our food and service today. Come in for a Japanese lunch special or during evenings for a delicious Japanese dinner. You can also online order your favorite Japanese food for takeout or catering. Our goal at Midori Japanese Restaurant is to provide an unforgettable dining experience for all our patrons. Midori Sushi, located at 1225 Route 206 in Princeton. Call them at 609-454-3998.
Want to turn yourself into a dominant basketball player? Then look no further than Montgomery head coach Chris Grundy and the Grundy Hoops Academy. Every 1-hour session will improve confidence, communication, and develop winning basketball players. Contact Coach Grundy at grundyk2@gmail.com. That's GRUNDYK, the number 2 at gmail.com, and schedule your lesson today.
Pequod Communications are a professional provider of business solutions who specialize in facilitating corporate communications. They possess the necessary palette of skills, services, and technology to do so dynamically and with tangible, measurable results. That is to say, efficiency, cost savings, growth, and much more. Contact Pequod Communications at 609-951-0300, extension 125. Since 1992, Roundview Capital's goal is to be your family CFO and to provide you with the peace of mind that comes from knowing that all your financial affairs are well attended. To this end, we approach all relationships with a comprehensive and integrated framework to provide clarity and insight into the myriad and complex questions involved in managing your wealth. Contact us at 609-688-9500.
Welcome back here to Montgomery. Keith Bach, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew with you at halftime of boys basketball. Montgomery leads Immaculata 36-25. Guys, I'm watching this first half unfold, and we see the 16-point performance from Riley Green, and it makes me think of epic first half performances of years gone by. Alex Miller against Somerville here in the Den, 5 straight three-pointers. I could go on and on. Matt Mignon had a 5 or a 6 three-point outburst in a first half here. This is, and I guess we were really too quick on the trigger when we said this is the best that we've seen him play, because he saved the best for the final couple of minutes there. 16 points, and, on the defensive end, Tim, as you alluded to, stellar. Is this the best Riley Green that we've ever seen?
For me, it is. I mean, this is what I've been waiting for all season. I had said it to you at the beginning. I know that he had this potential that he can make these shots and play defense, but he's playing with such tenacity this game and such a fire underneath him that I don't know if he can be stopped. If he comes out in the second quarter and plays the second half and plays the same way, I mean, they're going to be really difficult to make up the deficit.
I mean, this was the first time that we've actually seen him show every skill that he has. We saw the defense, we saw the three-point shot, we saw the drive, we saw the floater, we saw every bit that he can do, and it was a catalyst for this team actually coming out with a lot more confidence than they had in the first couple minutes.
8 points for Kevin from Melt, and it's going to get lost in that 16-point first half from Green. That three-pointer that Kevin hit when Immaculata had cut the lead down to 5, that's the shot that the team has kind of been lacking so far this season. You know, it's like when things haven't been going right, it's like, oh, if we could only get that one to fall. And that one didn't even look that great coming out of his hand. It felt a little bit flatter. But sometimes when it's going right, it's going right. Yeah. And I thought that was a huge bucket.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, his 8 points were quiet 8 points. Maybe a little overshadowed by what Riley's doing. But each of those points came at pivotal moments in the game. You know, that three-pointer that you mentioned, that's a momentum breaker. You know, Immaculata's going on a run. They're getting some rhythm. They're feeling pretty good about themselves, and then boom, he hits it and just stops that momentum. And you know, a couple of his other baskets came at really opportune times for us. And while they were like a little overshadowed by Riley, they were equally as important as each of his 16.
Jaden Honus, who averages 19.6 a game coming into this one through 15 contests, held to just 5 points in the first half, Matt. What was the key there?
I think the switching was impeccable. They were able to just get somebody on him no matter where he went, whether he got into the post, if it was Rohan or Kevin. Somebody was always there for the switch, and they were just hands in his face the entire time he's trying to dribble. And I think that if you can just continue that, he's going to be frustrated and start to take worse and worse shots. So if he's, you know, getting pushed farther and farther away from the basket, you know, that's going to be great for them.
Though rebounding has continued to be the bugaboo of this team, we know that you'd say, well, how do you have a 6'7", 6'8" guy in the middle and you can't rebound well? And it's because he alters so many shots on the perimeter. You know, now that's where you feel the loss of a Chris Raballo, you know, in a game today. But we saw Ryan Curry step up with huge minutes in that first half. And not that he's a rebounding force, but I mean, to be able to play as well, knock down a three. I love his enthusiasm. He's all fired up when he knocks down that three. You know, all things considered, there's still 16 minutes of basketball to play. An impeccable game plan, impeccably executed through 16 minutes.
No complaints here.
Yeah, this is a fun game to watch.
The crap of it for a guy like Riley as we go into the next 16, I'm going to tell everybody right now, he's probably not going to do that again.
Yeah, you think they're going to cover him?
Not even that. I just, you know, it's real hard to play that well all the time. The effort's going to be there. Is he going to go 4 for 4 from 3 and, you know, all that again? I don't really know.
Let's hope he does. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Cougs will begin with the basketball as they go right to left on the mire. We're underway in the third quarter. Kevin Vermelt handles for the Cougs. Right. Who on planet Earth would have blamed him for pulling the trigger there? As for Melt.
Yeah, I love it. You hear the coach on the other team yelling, "Shooter!"
And there it is. Riley's going to pull. He knocks it down. Forget everything I just said.
What's he not going to do?
Another three for Riley. It's 39-25.
I love that he did that to you.
Oh! Eliconi with a block. Prakash stepping out on Schneider. And there's an and Johnson takes the rebound out of the hands of Eliconi. Lotta. And they throw inside, and that is going to be out of bounds off of the foot of Jordan Myers. So I was wondering what Immaculata was going to do defensively differently, and it looks like they're going to potentially employ some man pressure full court. They do here, but Riley has no issue on Honus. Prakash, ball fake. He gets into the lane, tries to leave it inside. I don't know why Rowe just didn't keep going to the hoop.
I think you saw Howard cutting, and he looked pretty open.
Instead, it ends in a layup for Johnson. 39-27 Montgomery, 6:45 to go third quarter. Vermelt nearly walked himself into a double team. They get a jump ball call and the possession arrow to Lotta. So you see a concerted effort by Immaculata to change things up. Yeah. Throw another guy at the basketball.
Yeah, just pressing the ball, trying to make Montgomery make some mistakes. Hopefully we can accommodate or make some accommodations so that we don't make those mistakes.
12-point lead for the Cougs. Jaden Honus. Great job by Howard as he wasn't fooled by the inside-out dribble. And now Vermelt gets a hand on the basketball. They throw it to the middle. It's stolen by Eliconi. And Joe will cross over on Johnson and come the other way. Howard is wide open, so he'll just hoist away from the corner, and he knocks it down. Kyle Howard adding to the magic for the Cougs. 42-27 Montgomery.
Yeah, uncontested, man. They just left him by himself.
Schneider into the lane, leaves it off. Johnson misses the layup, and Prakash is hit, no call, but Riley, of all people, comes down with it. He's coming the other way. He leaves, and a layup is blocked. And Immaculata will try for some offense. Myers pushes off on Prakash, no call, and lays it in contestedly.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no call there. He really lowered the shoulder into him.
If Rohan was there for an extra quarter second,
You get the call.
backdoor cut for Riley. The magic continues for Riley Green. This time from Kyle Howard. Timeout Immaculata.
Yeah, they might want to cover him.
44-19. Montgomery leads it full. Timeout for the Spartans, and we'll take it with them. Montgomery firmly in control. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Want to turn yourself into a dominant basketball player? Then look no further than Montgomery head coach Chris Grundy and the Grundy Hoops Academy. Every 1 hour session will improve confidence, communication, and develop winning basketball players. Contact Coach Grundy at grundyk2@gmail.com. That's GRUNDYK, the number 2 at gmail.com, and schedule your lesson today.
Pequod Communications are a professional provider of business solutions who specialize in facilitating corporate communications. They possess the necessary palette of skills, services, and technology to do so dynamically and with tangible, measurable results. That is to say, efficiency, cost savings, growth, and much more. Contact Pequod Communications at 609-951-0300, extension 125.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew watching the Riley Green Show here in the third quarter. 5:18 to play in that third stanza. Montgomery 44 and Immaculata 29 as they play with the basketball left to right on the mire. Honus. And you're seeing why Jaden Honus is one of the county's top scorers.
Yeah, great up and under to be able to finish that layup.
Give Immaculata credit coming out of timeouts. They have really done quite well for themselves as Honus will go the other way and lay it in. Back-to-back buckets for Jaden Honus. From Melt, will work it over the timeline with 4:40 to go. Man defense for Immaculata, which normally plays into the hands of Montgomery here, as it's going to be a blow-by and then a block as Eliconi had the offensive rebound off the Howard miss.
Good wherewithal just to go straight up with it instead of trying to pull it out and recompose the shot.
Howard will trigger the inbound for Montgomery. Riley, a little ball fake, and he gets into the lane and lays it up and in again! Listen, make me look like a fool, Riley. Another bucket for the Cougar captain. It's 46-33. Honus got Howard up in the air for a moment, but Kyle able to stay in front. Great job by Vermelt to stay on his feet. Schneider knocks down another contested three. He's hit a couple of tough ones tonight. Cuts the lead back to 10, 46-36. Good players are going to hit shots as we go backdoor again for Riley. He'll leave for Eliconi. Joe will go back to the baseline. He tries to leave it inside. It's taken right away by James Cummins, and here comes Immaculata. They close out quickly on Honus. Does Eliconi. Schneider from three. No good, off the mark, and Joe has the rebound. And they're going to call a foul on Montgomery?
Where?
They are going to get Rohan, I guess, as I go through puberty.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't looking at what Rohan was doing.
Third foul on Prakash with 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Three's wild there. Though not good for Montgomery in this case. Be careful he doesn't bang it right off Prakash's back there. And there's the makeup call.
Yeah.
They get James Cummins on the offensive foul. The near side official said, listen, and there was one of those that happened in the JV game too when we weren't on the air, that there was a wacky call, and then the other official 2 seconds later made a call, and I thought to myself, oh man, that's one guy looking at the call and going, I don't agree with that at all, and we need to do something about this.
Let me just correct our mistake here.
But the bad part for Montgomery there was it's Prakash's third foul, so
Yeah.
you know, it was impactful.
You can't take that back.
Howard will go into the lane. Driving and kicking Riley again. Can't keep the magic going, but instead he skies for the offensive rebound. And they're going to say out of bounds.
A great hustle, man. Just to be in position to make that play and give it a shot.
3:10 to go here in the third. Cougs by 10, 46-36. Honus has it taken out of his hands, but it falls right. That is a technical foul. Yep, I was going to say, hopefully the officials saw it. They are going to get James Cummins as he just took Curry and threw him the other direction. So it's like, this is a case where you go, who do you send to the line, Vermelt or Green? I don't know that it's that big a choice in this game, particularly. 23 points so far for Riley here with 2:59 to go in the third as he'll go to the line for two and then get the ball back after that. Cummins really made that one kind of easy for the official. He actually did it right when the ball was going out of bounds. As Riley's first free throw goes in and out, hoping that the official on the near side, because it's only a two-person crew, was be looking at the ball and not him.
Yeah.
And the second one's good for Riley, so 1 of 2. And that's what I love about Riley, because I just saw him turn to the bench and he said, damn it. He wasn't content with 1 of 2.
Oh.
Because he knows those are free points. Elliconi, they go back door. Vermelt, there it is, it's wide open. Oh, and Kevin blows the layup. That's something you don't see very often.
Yeah, just the momentum.
They force Honus into an off-balance shot, and there's Riley. Man, I can't wait to get the final stats on Riley Green today.
Yeah, they're going to be impressive.
Riley is hit, no call. It looked like Myers traveled, no call. So Immaculata gets a break there as Honus fires from distance and knocks it down.
Yeah.
And every time there's been one of those tough plays and possessions, Tim, you got to give Immaculata credit. Honus or Schneider's knocked down something big.
Yeah, that one was deep. Ooh.
Howard. And now for Melt, as his shot is blocked on the way to the rim. And here comes Schneider. No call on a travel. Vermelt has it knocked out of his hands, right into the hands of Myers, who lays it in.
I feel like every time the officials miss some call, they score. You know? It's unbelievable.
6-point lead. Elliconi is going to go, and he is going to be hip checked out of bounds by Jordan Myers. Couldn't ignore that one.
I mean, that travel was blatant. He took like 4 steps before he even decided what he wanted to do with the ball.
I don't know if this is Immaculata trying to say, well, we could just get tough as Vermelt's going to hoist from 3 right off the inbound. And Vermelt said, forget about that missed layup because I'll get you 3 at a time. It's 50-41.
That's what you love about Vermelt. The last 2 times he took shots, he had a little trouble, but was able to come through in the end.
And an offensive foul is going to end up getting called. You saw the official on the near side. He wanted to wait for the official under the basket to end up making the call. A great job by Montgomery, and they look to build on what is a 9-point lead. I'm fairly certain the Immaculata fan section just screwed up a ref joke really badly and told him to go back to The Price is Right instead of Foot Locker. I don't really know what that means. but Fromelt for Curry. And now Howard driving and kicking. Eliconi has it go off his fingertips and out of bounds. That was Joe maybe just being a little too anxious to get a shot in the air. Under a minute to play in the third. Jaden Honus will dribble into the lane. He kicks. A wide open three for Lotta is good. MJ Trail knocks down a triple. The lead again is 6. Riley, who's been quiet from a relative perspective in the last 3 minutes or so. Just, you clearly couldn't be any louder than he was previous to that. Curry from Elk. Another three for the Cougar captain. 53-44 Montgomery. And on the floor, another steal. Curry's going to throw it for Riley. Green with a left hand, he lays it in. Under 10 to play in the third. The lead is 11. Johnson spinning. Oh, and they're going to get Green on a foul, and he thought he took it clean off of Johnson. And that would have sent this place into a frenzy. I'm sorry, Timmy, go ahead.
That's what your impact players are going to do, man. When some momentum's going the other way, they're going to come up big, you know, Fromelt with that three and then Riley with that layup.
4.5 seconds to go in the third. Honus across midcourt, dishing inside, and a layup is good at the buzzer from Jordan Myers. Boy, this Immaculata team will not make it easy. That's why they are as good as they are at 11-4. We have played 3 quarters in the Den. Montgomery 55 and Immaculata 46. Final stanza coming up right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Chuck Prescott at Reuben Ehrlich and Buckley PC provides a wide range of legal services to clients from across the United States, ranging from large national financial institutions in complex multi-state financial transactions, to regional claims counsel for a national title insurance company, to local real estate developers in the acquisition and development of commercial property, to individuals buying and selling a home. All of this results in the availability of their firm to satisfy your legal needs. Contact them at lawreb.com, that's LAWREB.com, or by phone at 609-637-9500. At Montgomery Orthodontics, we're committed to providing excellent orthodontic treatment and first-class service for our patients, their families, and our referring doctors. We're committed to being the community leader in quality orthodontic care. We treat children, adolescents, and adults, and we feel everyone deserves the benefits of a beautiful smile. Contact us at montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611. That's montgomeryortho.com or by phone at 609-688-1611.
Getting set for the fourth quarter here in Montgomery. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, and Tim Bartholomew. And Fromelt will handle for Montgomery. And a treble. Both teams have done a fantastic job of halting potential runs by either side with a couple of flurries of their own. Every time it seems that Montgomery's gone up 11, Immaculata comes back with a big bucket. Every time Immaculata's cut it to within 5 or 6, and there's a three from Schneider.
Does exactly what you just said.
That's it right there. And the lead's back to 6. That was just 11. So it's like 5-0 run here, 5-0 run there, 5-0 run here, 5-0 run there. Can Montgomery answer back now? Prakash for Eliconi. Curry with a lot of burn today in this ball game. The freshman point guard will hand off for the senior point guard. Riley will blow right past Honus. He has it knocked away from behind and stolen by Johnson. Honus, step back. And now a three from Schneider, that's no good. Rohan has it, no problem. He throws all the way up ahead for Eliconi, who tracks it down like a wide receiver. And slowing it back down for Riley. Now for Melt, Kevin curling up around and under, and the right-handed scoop shot from the captain is good, 57-49 Cougs.
I love it. Riley's slowing down a little bit, but for Melt, just picking up where he left off.
Honus loses it off his foot for a moment, but regathers it. I love for Melt getting excited. And Prakash with a big block, and it's on the floor. Rohan's got it. He'll give it to Riley, and Montgomery will slow for a second, leading by 8. 6 minutes to go in the game, 57-49 Montgomery. You saw Vermelt pick up on Honus as O'Reilly again thought about pulling from way downtown, but thought better of it.
Smart, take good shots here.
Vermelt and Riley as he drives and kicks. Eliconi for 3. Joe can't get it to fall, and Myers has the rebound.
It's a good look, though, an open shot.
Schneider nearly carried, but no call. A dribble drive and a layup off the window from Johnson is good. That was impressive, using the angle to avoid Prakash's help defense.
Yeah, to use that angle and to get it to fall in, it was a pretty good shot.
Eliconi to a cutting Rohan, and he'll lay it in. It's almost like they lulled him to sleep for a while, not utilizing Rohan, and he lays in a big bucket as Honus.
Off of Rohan right there. He's going to be a big part of this last 5 minutes of this basketball game.
The foul situation is key as well, as Honus is going to try from deep, yes. Again, he's going to score points, folks. There's a reason why he's that good. It's not by accident. The lead is 5.
And most of those points have been contested, really.
Vermelt for Rowe, and now back for Eliconi. Vermelt into the lane, and he is hit, and he'll go to the line. Johnson is going to get called for the foul. I started this thought in the third quarter, and I'm going to finish it now. It was after the foul on the baseline by Jordan Myers. I thought that, I didn't know if Immaculata was trying to maybe put some pressure on Montgomery from a physicality standpoint, or was it we're getting frustrated? You know, I didn't know how that was going to play out, but first one's good from Kevin. You know you're doing all right when the cat calls are about the football team.
Yeah.
61-54 Montgomery. That was the 5th team foul for Immaculata, so only one more to give. And a bad pass by Honus. They'll throw up ahead for Green, and Riley is going to easily lay it in with the left hand. His huge night continues. Honus. They throw cross court now inside, and Myers is going to get blocked by Prakash. There was some maturity there. I don't know if anybody caught that. Curry immediately came seeking some guidance because he knew he had a decision to make on that possession defensively, and he got the guidance he was looking for there as an offensive rebound from Johnson, and we're going to get a foul on Montgomery, I think.
Just another example when that board would have been huge.
Yeah. Third foul on Riley as we're nearing the midway point of the fourth quarter. Some trouble getting it in, but they finally do. That was just the 3rd team foul for Montgomery. Schneider, we know that he is really not any stranger to contested three-pointers, as Johnson's layup is no good, and it ends up in the hands of Riley. No need to hurry here at all. I mean, you'll take easy buckets if they come. Full timeout for Coach Grundy, 3:39 to play in the ball game, so we'll take the timeout with them. Montgomery 63 and Immaculata 54. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Want to turn yourself into a dominant basketball player? Then look no further than Montgomery head coach Chris Grundy and the Grundy Hoops Academy. Every 1-hour session will improve confidence, communication, and develop winning basketball players. Contact Coach Grundy at grundyk2@gmail.com. That's GRUNDYK, the number 2 at gmail.com, and schedule your lesson today.
Pequod Communications are a professional provider of business solutions who specialize in facilitating corporate communications. They possess the necessary palette of skills, services, and technology to do so dynamically and with tangible, measurable results. That is to say, efficiency, cost savings, growth, and much more. Contact Pequod Communications at 609-951-0300, extension 125.
Welcome back to the Den. Just past the midway point of the fourth quarter, Cougars lead it by 9, 63-54. This is the kind of game that we have been expecting out of this team all year long. Big players hitting huge shots despite some adversity. Team without Chris Rubio, as the team going through a bit of an illness, as you would expect is going to happen this time of year. Curry retreats into the backcourt to get that one. That ended up being a little bit harder than maybe it needed to be.
Yeah.
I think you could have went to Vermelt earlier there as they go inside. Eliconi, great body control from the senior, and a lay-in.
It's a big basket.
I love watching the reactions from the coaching staff. That was a great drive, kick, body control layup, and Grundy wasn't happy about something. I can't imagine what. A contested layup is no good from Schneider. Rohan's got the rebound, and he throws up for Curry. And Ryan's just going to go to the hole with the left hand. No good, but there to clean up the mess is Eliconi, and the lead is 13. It's as big as it's been all night.
That's brilliant.
Honus, a wild shot, no good, and Riley has the rebound.
A little desperation in that shot.
Cougars maybe looking to hurry up and step on a throat as another three from Joe. Eliconi tried to put a stamp on a pretty awesome 90 seconds for him, but it rims out. Honus has it stolen, and the Cougs can't save it.
I like that Eliconi took that shot, though. He's been watching Riley do it all night, Vermelt do it all night, get a little momentum, take those shots, and he went with it, and I like that he did that.
Listen, it's a wide-open three from, your second or third best three-point shooter on the season. No reason not to do it. Curry. He's going to pick up a foul, and Schneider's going to go to the line to shoot free throws. That's something Immaculata has not gotten at the free throw line very much tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised I didn't go in for Schneider. He's taken a couple shots like that that just somehow found their way into the basket.
Pretty athletic kid. Schneider is a senior guard. Knocks down the first one. He averages 13.5 points a game for this Spartan team. Second free throw good, so Schneider's perfect. Here comes full court pressure from Lotta. They get it into Curry, and a great job by Ryan. He'll get into the lane and throw up a little floater. That's no good, but Rohan's got the rebound, and he'll pull it back out. And
big offensive board.
From Melt, quickly to the lane, and he will not miss with the left hand. 69-56 Cougs as we approach the 2-minute mark. Johnson. Schneider. Bad body control there, and they're going to get a foul on Immaculata. That time, Prakash used his backside to box out.
Yeah, he's playing big in this fourth quarter. He's using his body, getting some boards, and just putting the team in a position to get the ball when he doesn't get the board.
It's the second foul on MJ Krell. That's 6 fouls on Lotta, so every time from here on out, Montgomery's going to go to the line. Curry, Prakash. From Elk. Great job by Montgomery to be patient. Eliconi, Prakash, Curry from Elk. What a great job by Montgomery. No reason to hurry here. Nearly a travel, but no call. They finally get a foul on Johnson. The Cougar captain, Kevin Vermelt, is going to go to the line to try to widen a 13-point lead for Montgomery at 69-56. They're going to send Kyle Howard back in the game. He played a very underrated first half, as Vermelt has earned himself a second. I'm in the camp that you saw Coach Grundy give Curry a little headbang there and a hug, essentially saying that's a great job out of you, and I completely agree. 2 for 2 for Melt. The lead is 15. This is the biggest lead of the ball game at 71-56 with 90 seconds to go. Oh, over and back, and they're going to say no. They go into the middle, and a left-handed layup is good. Timeout, Immaculata. Let's see what we have going on here. Oh, it's just a substitution timeout. Wow, okay. I'm shocked. Are you shocked by this? Are you as shocked as I am?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you
They
would.
just took, Immaculata just threw in the towel. They went hockey line change with 1:25 to go.
I was just
after a made basket. What is that?
I was just about to say there's still a lot of time left, and we got to make sure you move the ball around and take good shots.
Listen, I am not going to complain. I'm not going to complain one little bit. I mean, Immaculata has as much firepower as anybody.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
I mean, 2 3-pointers, and it's like
Well,
anybody's game.
I thought you were calling timeout there to set up pressure off the inbound. Oh my gosh. I mean, Pogue, I know you added a whole bunch of dynamite drop-ins on this game. Are you as shocked as we are about that? There's still 30 seconds to go in this game.
I don't understand it. I've seen them hit more contested threes than any other team this year, and I don't get it.
Pogue was speechless.
That was the thing that got you speechless today?
That's why he was speechless.
Thank God we finally got a little downtime. I can make fun of Pogue.
Yeah, he almost won a whole game.
Montgomery is going to dribble out the clock on this one. So you know what? Montgomery has 3 losses. First to Ridge, avenged. Next to Immaculata, avenged. There's only one left. Gill.
Let's do it.
Final score here in Montgomery, Cougars 71 and Immaculata 58. What an impressive game from the Cougars on both ends of the floor, and especially Riley Green.
He did it. That's what we were talking about before the game.
An unbelievable effort from the Cougar senior, and we'll see if we can get him here in the postgame, and we will, as he will join us live here in the Meijer. Mr. Green, throw those headphones on. Get that thing right up next to your face. A fantastic, fantastic game out of you.
Thank you.
Riley, we were saying, at one point in the second quarter, when you had about maybe 11 or 12 points, wow, this is probably the best we've seen Riley play. And that wasn't even the best we had seen in the quarter. Is this the best game you've ever played as a Coug?
I mean, I don't know. Probably. I just go out there and try and play my hardest every day. And shots were falling today, so it was nice.
Now, the point total is what's going to get a lot of the glamour, but you seemed to be everywhere today on the boards from a steals perspective, some tremendous driving and kicking.
Yeah.
Overall, we felt like you were, was there some little extra juice going on today or what? What's the deal?
It was a big game. We needed this for a shot at the conference, so just came out here with a lot of energy, wanted to win.
We ended this broadcast by saying Montgomery is now 15-3, and they've only lost to 3 people. Ridge didn't lose the second time.
Yeah.
Immaculata now didn't lose the second time. There's only one left.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's a lot of basketball between here and there. Is that on your minds at all?
We just take one day at a time. Coach always says we got to get better every day, so we'll get better tomorrow in practice, Saturday on the game, and just keep playing, keep getting better.
We've busted stones a little bit about your play this year and how impressed we've been with your ability to get into the paint and, tongue-in-cheek criticized the lack of three-point shots that you have taken so far this year. And, boy, did you prove us wrong today. What was going on from the outside?
I don't know. I just hit a couple early, and I felt hot, so I kept shooting.
Were you surprised they lost you there at the end of the first half and you were got as wide open as you were?
Yeah.
That was pretty fantastic. Riley, a remarkable performance tonight out of you. Congratulations. Go celebrate with the boys.
Thank you.
You got it, buddy. Fantastic work out of Riley Green. He is headed to Skidmore to play basketball next year. What a pickup for them. He's a guy that, it's going to be a revolving door of Cougars for that program there as, Chase Towle walks out the door and Riley walks in. If Skidmore was watching this one on the Mire, you have to be just salivating at the prospects of another one of these guys who's going to come in and battle for you.
Yeah, one of the scouts was definitely saying, "I told you so" right now.
Yeah. We need this kid.
Now, this is our final broadcast for some time. Next week, we are off all next week just because I have some lacrosse commitments, and we're away both Tuesday and Thursday at Rutgers Prep and Hunterdon Central. So, guys, our next broadcast will not be until Tuesday, the 12th of February here on Senior Night against Burlington Township, I believe, is who they are playing that night. So, a heck of a way for us to kind of head into our little bit of a break, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, best game of the year in my opinion. It had a lot of action. Immaculata did a great job staying in the game, and so you never were, sure that we were going to run away with it. But they did a phenomenal job, and Riley Green, Vermelt, Curry, all those guys just stepped up their games tonight and really showed why we're so proud of this program.
I mean, we were wondering how they were going to pick up the slack. We were actually wondering that. Question answered.
These are the games that fire me up.
Yeah.
I get all geeked out on stuff like this. The proceeding is a production of the Mire. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game without the express consent of the Mire is strictly prohibited. This one was a lot of fun. Montgomery has avenged 2 of its 3 losses on the season. They have defeated a very talented Immaculata team, 71-58. We'll take a break for about the next week or so. We'll be back on Tuesday, the 12th of February for Senior Night when Montgomery hosts Burlington Township. Boys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For Matt Pogue and Tim Bartholomew, I'm Keith Glock. Thank you for listening.